Today, we're gonna talk about how to become multilingual.
Let's find out! こんにちは、全人類と友達になる男、僕がミスター富士です。そして、
ポル
ヤナです。
今日のテーマは、マルチリンガルに聞く言語習得のやり方、イエーイ Which country are you from and how many languages can you speak?
I'm from Malaysia and I think I speak about 5 languages.
5.
I think.
Did you hear that? 5 languages. すごいね。
Ma.
何やば
So I speak Mandarin, English, Cantonese, Malay, and Japanese.
I'm from Belgium and I speak 4 languages. Dutch, English, Japanese and French.
2人で被ってるところを除いたら多分7カ国語を喋れるんだよね。2人で旅行したらめっちゃいいんじゃない
嫌がってる。
嫌なの嫌なの
もう一回出された。
じゃあそんな2人にね、どうやって言語を習得したらいいのかっていうチップスを聞いてみたいと思います。それでは行ってみましょう。Why can you speak so many languages?
For me, I think basically because I live in a multilingual environment.
Oh.
Because like in Malaysia, we have multiple ethnicities in the country, so all of us speak different languages.
Oh.
And so in our education system, we have formal education for 3 different languages, like English, Malay, and Mandarin.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, most of us know how to at least speak 3 of the languages. Other than these 3 languages that I've learned is because of the environment around me. Like for example, Cantonese is kind of like dialect of Mandarin, dialect of Mandarin. Most of the people in the place I stay speak Cantonese. So I grew up in that kind of situation. So I just heard what they say and learned, just copying what they say. That's how I learned the language since young.
じゃあもうナチュラルボーンで
ナチュラルボーンは言い過ぎは
でもまあその生まれ育った環境で4カ国語みんな喋ってるってことね。
まあ大体そう。
すごいな。自分から全然環境違うけど勉強したのは日本語ってこと。
Yes.
What is the national language in Malaysia?
Malay.
Malay.
But English is also the compulsory subject for everyone to learn. Mandarin is optional, but most of us still learn Mandarin in the countries.
What language do you speak at home?
At home I speak Mandarin.
And at school?
At school I speak English. And
What about Malay?
Yeah, English and Malay in
Okay.
school, yeah.
So that covers 3. What about the 4th? Cantonese?
The Cantonese, it depends if I go out and meet some people with different background. Because some of my friends, they don't speak Mandarin at home. They only speak Cantonese. They cannot. I mean, they are more fluent in Cantonese than Mandarin. So when I talk to them, we speak kind of mixed Cantonese, Mandarin, stuff like that.
So you spoke Mandarin at home, English and Malay at school, and Cantonese with friends? From like the very
Yeah,
beginning?
kind of, yeah. In the end, I also went to Hong Kong for my tertiary study. In Hong Kong, I want to speak Cantonese. That's how I get better in Cantonese when I'm studying in Hong Kong.
香港の大学は英語だったの？
Yeah, we learn everything in English.
We have 3 official languages in Belgium, but the difference from Malaysia is that depending on where you live, the language that you speak is different. So I'm from the northern part, which is called Flanders, and there everyone speaks Flemish. It's like a Belgian dialect of Dutch. So my native language is Flemish, and then I learned English through games, I guess.
何のゲームで？
何でも Pokemon とか. Like in the beginning I played Pokemon, but then when I got my own computer, I also play online computer games, and
I thought Pokemon is in Japanese.
Yeah.
English. Then English through games and computers and also books, and I guess movies and such. Like I just got input from other sources. And we're also obligated partly to learn French at school, but that didn't really help out for me. But then there was someone from the French part of the country that came to my school, and she couldn't speak Dutch, I couldn't speak French, but we kind of tried
To communicate.
Yes, and speaking each other's language. So she ended up speaking Dutch and I ended up speaking French, and we kind of kept that going. So that's how my French got better. and then Japanese over time. Television and line. Also a lot of chatting in Japanese. And just like picking it up. Also going to Japan, here and there.
ベルギーのナショナルランゲージがそもそも3つある。
There are 3. It's like mostly 50-50 Dutch and French, which is like half-half north and south, and then just 1% of German that we actually got. It's like a small part that we got from Germany after the war to like compensate us for.
学校とか何語でやる？
Depends on where you live.
あ、そういうことか。
So it's only in Brussels, in the capital, that they use both languages. Like both languages are the official languages in the capital. So you can either choose what language you want at school. Like you can go to Flemish-speaking school, but you can also go to a French-speaking school.
オフィシャルなペーパーとかはどっちで書くの？
Everything is in either Flemish or French. So if you buy a product, if you go to the supermarket, everything is written in both Flemish and French,
すごい。
Dutch and French. So that's actually something I also did when I was little. When I was like eating cereals, I had the cereal box in front of me, and I was like comparing, like the
two
Dutch and
different
French.
languages.
Yeah, because exactly the same is written, so you can easily compare it.
マレーシアもさ、じゃあそういう意味ではマレー語と英語とマンダリンで書いてあるってこと？
Yeah, I think most of the product, the main language will be Malay. And in some product, we'll still have English at the second session. For Chinese, not so often, but still some of the maybe Chinese product, they still put Mandarin on top of their product.
言語を習得する上で一番大切なことは何ですか？
練習 I think you need to have a person to talk to you in the language you want to learn. For example, if I want to learn Japanese, I need to meet more people who speak Japanese. But for me, if I didn't practice the languages, I will forget them like pretty fast. I think oral is the most important compared to like writings, reading stuff.
Speaking.
Yeah, speaking oral. Yeah.
今から新しい言語を勉強しようと思っている人に向けてのアドバイスとかある？
For me, I think a very effective way is to watch a movie. When I want to improve my Japanese, I watch Japanese anime or movies with Japanese subtitles, and then that's how you learn to recognize more kanji.
字幕で見てるときに、難しくてわからない言葉あったりするじゃん。
はい。
どうするのそういうとき？
すぐ調べます。
調べてください。じゃあヤナちゃんは言語を習得するために大切なことは何ですか？
To allow yourself to make mistakes.
深い。
No, that's pretty true.
深いね。
Make mistakes, because it's okay to make mistakes.
Yes, that's pretty true.
へー
Because a lot of people,
Don't want to make mistakes.
they are afraid of making mistakes.
But the thing is, if you learn a new language, how do you expect to learn to like speak a new language perfectly while you can't even speak your native language perfectly? That doesn't make any sense.
いやでも怖いもんミスするの。
Do you speak perfect Japanese?
パーフェクトじゃないけどでもちょっとやっぱりさ怖いじゃん。でも恐れずにいっぱい喋るってことね。
What is the most embarrassing mistake that you made in Japanese? Or like in English or in any language that you were studying?
Every day I make embarrassing mistakes because I don't really speak good Japanese most of the time. And people don't understand what I'm saying, and I will look at them and they will look at me.
But didn't you have any like mistake that turned the situation like a...
For right now, not yet, I think.
You're hiding it.
No, I'm really thinking about it.
なんなん一番恥ずかしかったミステイク。
I didn't know you had like different forms in Japanese of saying I don't know. And I used to watch some variety to also like learn Japanese, so I thought that I don't know in Japanese is shiraneyo. So the first time I came to Japan, I went to like school and the teacher asked me something, but I didn't know, so I replied shiraneyo, and that caused quite the reaction. So then I stopped like picking up Japanese from variety shows. Instead of makura, saying maguro, so you're basically asking for a tuna instead of a pillow. Those kind of mistakes.
マグロここにしてね。
To get input, you have the movies and you have music, but I also set my like electronics and everything in another language, in a target language.
大変じゃない？探したりするの。
You have to get used to it. And find something that you enjoy in that language.
何？
Well, for example, I like games, so I learned English through games. But if you like music and if you like karaoke, and if you want to study English, you could sing English songs instead of like Japanese songs. So just do something in that language that you enjoy.
自分が好きなことを言語に結びつけて勉強しようってこと。
好きなことを通してそれを自然に身につける。So it's not like studying a language, just picking it up naturally in the process of doing something else. So input to get used to it, to start producing it yourself, to create output, and to make mistakes in the process.
完璧じゃん、もう。
完璧。
動画撮る必要なかったよね。
めっちゃそう。
これだけ録音して流そうよ。はい、ということでマルチリンガルのね、2人に、どうやったら言語習得できるのかという話を聞いてみました。勉強したい言葉にたくさん触れることが大切。
楽しく触れる。
楽しくね。
楽しく。
楽しく触れる。
確かにね、音楽聴くって言ってたもんね。
そうです。
楽しくゲームしたり、音楽聴いたりして触れようと。
教科書も忘れる。
まあ、
教科書なし。
教科書なし。
文法なし。
使わないから。
使うときは恐れずに使えるってことね。楽しく学んでインプットして使うときは間違えてもいいからたくさん使ってみましょう。ということで、このくらいでいいかな。
The goal is like to not speak perfect English, but to understand each other in the language, to like communicate, not to speak perfect the language perfectly. それもなんかただの道具なんでコミュニケーション取るため。目標はそれ完璧話すんじゃなくて。
教授。
かっこいい。なんか怒られてる気持ち。はい、皆さんも参考にしてみてください。それでは次の動画でお会いしましょう。バイバイ。
英語を勉強することは結構最近のことじゃないですか。なんか5年前です
ね。卒業してからと言ってたから、こっちの方が一番最近かもしれない。そうね、
そんなレベルに行ってないからね。
いや、行って、まああると思いますよ。
とりあえず、一回動画閉めて、その後のエンディングで撮ろうか。
逃げる。